As they set about mastering their environment, these first farmers were full of invention. They developed their tools, they bettered their daily lives, and they left behind a legacy of immense importance: writing. Cereals were the main source of wealth for the Sumerian civilization. This alabaster vase, more than a metre high, depicts the Sumerians' gratitude towards nature. It also expresses their religious fervour. The vegetable and animal worlds are represented as ears of wheat and herds of sheep. A procession of men bearing offerings approaches the sanctuary of Inanna, the goddess of heaven and earth. The pilgrims are welcomed by the high priest in his robes. Thanks to these successes in agriculture, the population grew. The first groups began to colonize land along the rivers all the way to the great plain of Mesopotamia. The main preoccupation of the farmers was finding ways to boost their production of crops. This clay tablet shows a device for more economical sowing. The seeds are deposited via a funnel that ensures regular, even distribution in the furrows. The Sumerian secret lay in taming their unpredictable sources of water. For in Mesopotamia, the balance between man and nature could easily tip against man. To take control of their water, the Sumerians invented the wheel, and they dug hundreds of kilometres of irrigation canals, reservoirs and dams. Irrigation was the mainstay of the Sumerian civilization. By subduing the turbulent waters of the Tigris and the Euphrates, they turned the power of nature to their own use. The farmers reaped the benefits with bountiful crops from hundreds of thousands of hectares of fertilized land. In some areas, wheat, millet and barley were harvested twice a year. In the oases along the irrigation canals, millions of palm trees grew as far as the eye could see. It's the same when the Tigris and the Euphrates merge to form a single body of water, the Shat al-Arab waterway. On each side of the Shat al-Arab, an agricultural province prospers thanks to the bountiful water from the two great rivers. Only barges can reach the heart of this maze of tall reeds. The Sumerians built fishing villages here. The people still live as their ancestors did. They still build reed huts, just like the ones seen in ancient bas-reliefs. The huts stand on a foundation of layers of soil, interlaced with braided reeds. The floor, roof and walls are made of interwoven stalks. The supporting columns and beams, very strong, are made of tightly packed reed bundles. "5,000 years ago, 40,000 fishermen and farmers, an entire people, lived in the marshland around the port city of Ur. In their frail reed boats, they had made a huge area habitable, 1 metre at a time. And they said one to another, "Let us make brick and burn them thoroughly." And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, "Let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven." The first archaeologists to see the ruins of Ur must have been speechless. Before them lay narrow streets, squares, and the remains of houses, granaries, and temples. 5,000 years ago, when Western Europe was still in the Stone Age, this was a city of 34,000 people. When they built cities like Ur, the Mesopotamians were shaping the world in their own image.